will bring the host on, Mr. Monique Shin. He's already in studio there from the US. So this is the General Show. Comes on Truth FM every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. So keep on the radio. Don't go far away from the radio because today the issues of our program keep to be very fascinating and informative. So keep around the radio. Let's take our musical break, and then we'll be back very shortly.
Ricky, you hear me? Okay, guys, please hold on. We're waiting for studio to bring us on.
Okay,
And
so
this is the
we
general show.
tonight on this is the General Show comes to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so Siliki
Share the
Kuma is
video.
the co-host, and the host is Mr. Muni Kishan, aka the General. And this is the General Show. So welcome. Let's go to our host there. Good morning or good afternoon. But it's morning already on your end. So good morning, Mr. Kishan. You're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sidiki. Good afternoon to my friend in studio. Good afternoon to the family of True FM and to our listener on the radio. I want to say good afternoon. How are you today? I hope you are doing good. I know right now you are struggling. You are doing your stuff. But I want to say have hope. Things will be good. Well, Sidiki, what is trending today? But anyway, let me come from my end, and I want to strongly condemn the the reaction from Kev Hassan on national radio yesterday for going that low to attack a lady, although he never called the names. But the fact of the matter is that as a man, you must be very, very careful. And even if you and myself have a political differences, I don't think it's necessary to go personal with a woman. Only lazy men and men with no integrity and cow. That's a cowardly act. So attacking a woman, I know he never called a name. I don't. I just feel that is beyond, and that is the lowest that any man can go on national radio and attack a lady. So condemn it. The general show condemn it to the low, to the highest. So is he went too low. So I want to say, Kev Hassan, I am sorry. I don't think you have. And also, I'm calling on the closing argument or serious action, and because that is not how you treat a woman. And I want to call on everyone: do not just go on a closing argument until Ben Sevi and others can take a serious action against Kev, because that was totally wrong what he did. He was talking to a mother, a grandmother, a wife, and somebody else, sister or cousin. So I believe as a man, don't go that far. So what is trending in Liberia today, Sidiki? Come and tell me what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting in Liberia, and you know, the political time now is getting interesting. There's a WhatsApp leak conversation that Front Page Africa carried. Is one of the leading conversation now in town, where the screenshot came from the executive of the COP chat room, where you have Mr. Henry Costa expressing his frustration about how he was treated by the Unity Party, and we will go into details. We'll read some of those exchanges. And so this conversation was leaked since yesterday. It was on Facebook. Individuals were sharing it on a personal Facebook page. But Mr. Heron did not come out to say, look, this is not my account. It was fake, and I have no idea. But today, Front Page Africa this morning carried in the headline of that news. And so early this morning, Henry came out and make a disclaimer on his Facebook page that it is fake. That conversation did not come from him, particularly the medical report of the former vice president, and also the issue that you just scratched on, Kev Hassan going on closing argument last night to denigrate, a married woman, a mother, attack to Simpson Weatherspoon, forgetting to know that the individual, the person that was involved, that he was talking about was a married woman. Let's forget about the fight between he and Simpson Weatherspoon. And so these are some of the trending issues. But I hope that we go in, and also the Costa show was relayed on Bush FM, which is owned by Senator Lawrence Kanga of Green Bassa. Now they stopped the Costa show from relaying on our platform because of Martina Kunate view that Yombly does not have vote or power or strength over Charlie Bronski. Because of that, according to the station manager this morning, when Martina made that decision, because they were having a panel discussion on the show, and then everybody was giving a view. Martina said, based on Charlene, the late Councillor Bronskin, popularity, Charlene stand a better chance in terms of popularity than Senator Lawrence Kanga Lawrence, Senator Yombly Kanga Lawrence. And then they felt offended, and so they called the management that they had issue with that. Martina had no right to say that, and at the end of the day, they have to take the Costa show from the radio. And so, the politics are actually getting interesting. And this morning too, I also realized that the class reloaded, a pro show to support the Unity Party, was being relayed on Shatter FM, which is owned by Honorable Bernard Yue. But now, Honorable Bernard Yue asked the management of Shatter FM to stop relaying the class reloaded. So the politics is getting interesting. And what I want Liberians to understand that this is about you, and you have to look between the line now. People who are united, standing together to fight a man who have come to make change in your life, are the people now fighting against each other. So this is a clear example. So these are some of the training issues, and I hope that we go through
Yeah,
it.
Mariah.
You know, yeah.
Morning, man. I'm okay. No, I don't have muted myself, but we're on live on radio.
No, you're not muted. You're not muted.
Oh,
You're not muted. We're hearing you guys. You're not muted. So you have to mute yourself.
hold on 1 minute.
You have to mute yourself. Okay, so we are back on. So the general is in a conversation over there. So once he's done, we're gonna bring him back on. And so, like I was saying to you, it's a very interesting thing going on in this country. The issues about the league conversations from the executive chairman of the COP concerning some of the things that Heron did for the Unity Party and that of Joe Parker. What I cannot say yet is an issue regarding the health document or the medical report that is all on the social media. I cannot confirm that. But what Heron said about giving the Unity Party 60,000 United States dollars to relocate them when they were disgracefully or shamefully put out of that, former headquarters, which is located right opposite the Spoon headquarters there. Most of you know that place. The Unity Party had an issue. Up to now, they are still in court with the people who own that property. They didn't want to pay the people money on time, so they asked them to leave their property. And then now they had no money to relocate to the new headquarters that they are currently seated. So Heron have to look for money to send to the Unity Party. And then today, you had the Unity Party people all on the social media, denigrating, attacking Heron Costa. I'm not here defending Costa, and I'm not in a position to do that either. But the reality here is the UP folks have always been in the constant habit of using people. They use you and they dump you. That have been the day-to-day activities of the Unity Party. And they think they can do this and get away with everybody. When they do it to you, they think that they will get away with it. And they feel happy doing it. And they have a propaganda suit there. Whenever they do it to you, they come to attack you, make you look bad in front of the public. That is what the Unity Party is good at. You were put out of your headquarters for money. You didn't have any money. You were criticized publicly. Shamefully, this man rescue you, gave you 60,000 United States dollars to relocate. And the most dangerous and disgraceful or painful part of it, after this man gave the Unity Party the 60,000 United States dollars to relocate to that new headquarters, when this man were coming down December 30th, when Liberians gathered themselves that they were going to welcome Heron Costa, Costa asked the Unity Party to have that welcome ceremony at the headquarters, and they refused. The man own money he gave to you to run the headquarters. He wanted to use that same, HQ, and you deny him. This is exactly what Heron said. I'm going to read for you the chat, the message in the chat room. Maybe you all think that we're joking here. I'm going to read for you that conversation in the chat room. I don't know if the general really. Let's bring him back on. Maybe later on
Yes.
we'll read for you.
Thank you very much. You can hear me there? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Let's go back.
Yeah,
to the general.
thank you very much. I had to take this call. It was very, very important. And to those who listening, Siriki gave me all the jets in Monrovia. Siriki, I will say this to you. I don't think the text is fake. It's not fake. And
No,
Mr.
it's
Costa
not.
purposely put that information into the COP chat room for other people to see it because it's not private. COP chat room, there are a lot of people in there. And I got the information, even the money. We heard about that. You see, Sidiki, what is going on today? The Liberian man gets something I'm saying. They say, going le ugly. If you
Yeah.
try to act bad, your bad deeds will come back and haunt you. Some of these things, they come back and haunt you. We heard about this morning before when they make the payment to UP concerning the rent. We know exactly where that money came from, and Mr. Costa was in the know. He did everything. We know what's happening. So all these things come here is just for me. It don't move me anymore. All we need to do is to promote Mr. Cummings. Yes, we'll take 2-3 minutes and talk about it, but at the same time, we want to push our agenda. We want to make sure that let the Liberian people know what Alexander Cummings and Charlene Bromskin is bringing to this country. We're telling them that For you to vote for a candidate, the candidate must tell you what he or she going to do. My people, for you to vote for somebody, ask the man question. You see what going on today? There's fight in Lofa County, there's fight in the CPP, and guess what? Only Alex Cummings can take insult, and he never gets mad. But because of Konated criticizing Senator Yombly, she's off the show, and they
Yeah.
removed off the other show again. So you see what they said, that John always on John Rice. So let them go ahead and fight. We take our time. We explain to Liberian people this election, Sidiki, we will win this election. We will win this election. Let the Liberian people know we're not forcing. We're not here to give you anything bad. We got no reason or lying to you. The people have tried so many times to destroy Mr. Cummings. They took him to court. They lie on him. They call him names. He's a gay. He's a that. A loving father. A man who been married for 42 years. Got 2 kids. 5 grandkids. How will you feel for someone insulting or lying on your parent? Look, Mr. Cummings got patient. When Librarian say you get patient, Mr. Cummings has the patient. Mr. Cummings is the only man who going around the country. He was just in the southeast and he's going to go back there. It's not an easy thing to go in the southeast. Your Councilor Gonglo tried it now. 3 of his cars finished breaking down already. It's not easy. Politics is money. To win election is money. We're not paying. We're not giving nothing. But these people are sacrificing themselves, especially Mr. Cummings. This is the man who is so consistent, because they don't see him going to birthday parties, going to all kind of small parties in the night while other people sleeping. If you invite Mr. Cummings, he will come there. But you use Mr. Cummings disrespecting people and acting rudely to people. He answer questions. You insulting, he still answer question until no journalist in Liberia can ask Mr. Cummings question anymore. My Liberian people, Mr. Cummings is saying that I got the perfect plan. This is my vision, but I need you. Help me. We need good electricity in Liberia if we want to create jobs. Because if you get good electricity, you will get good hospital, good schools, and business people will come in the country. People will get jobs. There will be jobs all over. If we get good drinking water, we will kill typhoid, diarrhea, all these common sicknesses that are killing people that are not supposed to kill you at all. We get,
Okay.
and when you get internet, you connect the counties. You guys understand, Sigi?
No, you're breaking in. So we're not to bring you
Yes,
back.
but you can hear me now.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Radio Land. So when you get internet, you can go all the way to Maryland. You can also get somebody in Germany or whatsoever to teach our schools. Then Mr. Cummings said that's how we create jobs. Then agriculture. We need to have a good or big, they call it mega culture, agriculture, and also agriculture, where the fisheries, we got plenty fish in the water. But our government is not doing the right thing. We got the Senegalese all over the place. Our own fishermen, they can't get nothing. Then we're talking about education. Mr. Cummings said, listen, for us to get a good school, we got to train the teachers. You see, we're not just rushing. It's not about putting a building up. It's not about go put one fancy building when you get teacher garbage in, garbage out. So we got to train the teachers, my people, from kindergarten straight to University of Liberia. We got to train these people for us to get a better school. Also, we got a health. You can't just put a building that you say you get hospital 14. You can't get no medication there. So what you do, you got to get small clinic. They call it primary health. That means when you in looking town, instead of rushing to redemption, you will stop to that clinic. You can get your Panadol, you can get your aspirin. They can check you before you go all over. So Liberian people, the last one, the man said government of inclusion. That means whether you from CDC, you from ALP, you from Liberty Party, you Civil 7, you're supposed to work. They say living wage, not minimum wage, or wage that even if you are sweeper, my people, you will take pay. You will be able to pay your small day rent. But not for us to be begging. You appoint these people, you elect these people, in no time they're trying to be millionaire. Look at Akaros Gray. Akaros Gray been Senate represented for 12 years. That times it 30 times 12. This guy have eaten $30,000 every year times 12. By this time, District 8 supposed to get a community center. They're supposed to get a fire truck. They're supposed to get at least an ambulance. But what happened today? A Carlos Gray will only go out of the country, get married, and go to the Alpha Tower and get married and pay over $100,000. My people, you can't see it for yourself, and you still won't vote for these people. You can't see it. Our president today, he had only 2 houses when he took over. Today he got multiple houses. He built more houses in the country compared to President Tottenham in 27 years. What are we looking for? Then when you read it, you say, why Mr. Cummings can bring company? If you are looking for somebody to create job, then why vote for Bernard Ure? Why you vote for Oscar Copper? Because these are the people who got plenty employees. Liberians, let us stop doing what we're doing. We just look at people because I get a big mouth. You say, oh, I like Mr. Kishan. No. Ask Mr. Kishan, what can he do? What will he do? And if somebody serve, ask them what you did when you were serving. So I beg you, I'm telling you, I'm not holding your foot. I'm not forcing you to vote, but I want you to see it for yourself. Today, you born your child. Your first child was born in 2005. Child supposed to be out of high school today. If your child is in the 10th grade, in the 9th grade, in the 7th grade, that means nothing happened. Nothing happened. And you stay singing. You can't find job. You hustling. You going all over. No job. Everybody want government job. No. That is why Mr. Cummings is saying that I want to help. We can do it better. Mr. Cummings can sit down by himself and do whatever he want to do. God bless him. But if we don't have good government, Mr. Cummings will suffer. I will suffer. You will suffer. We'll just be making people rich. Look at Edwin Snow. What kind of business that Edwin Snow is doing to be a millionaire? It takes you sometimes 30, 40 years to be a millionaire. But in Liberia today, law might take them 5 years to be a millionaire. Why, my people? What you want us to do? The international community laughing at us. We got to do it our own. And you get people who think that they're entitled to presidency. They were there for 12 years. We fought them for 12 years. We saw what they did. Now today they're telling you we are the change. They are the change. How can you look at Jeremiah Kuhn and say he's the change when he was the same one year in bed with collecting all the money from CDC? How can you look at Prince Johnson and you tell me that Prince Johnson is for change? In his own county, he built a school for himself. But Alexander Cummings built the Nima Community College, the engineering college. Mr. Cummings built it. You got the University of Liberia. He gave the highest $2 million Liberian dollar, which is almost 30,000 US dollar. He fixed the computer lab. Which of our government officials did it? None of them can go there to do anything. He got children on scholarship. In Kenya, I know I'm a witness to that. His foundation is doing so much. Going to Nima County, going to Lofa County, giving to hospitals. Just few days, Charlene Bromsky was in Grand Bassa County and gave $1,000. The Cummings team gave $10,000. Tell me, we're not paying for these things, but it's a humanitarian work. Please, my people, we need change. We need change. If we can't get it right this time, trust me, we cannot live another 6 years. You will be committing a political suicide. It's like you yourself taking a knife to kill yourself. Look at your children selling water in the street. Look at our young women, strong, beautiful, energetic, but there's no job. No job, country. Our people just all over the place, selling scratch card, driving and riding keke all in the place. No law and order. You got senators, representative, government official, assistant minister driving on the opposite lane, killing our people in the traffic, but nothing happening. You get a speaker because they don't go to work on time, so they pass the law for us to be able to, and for them to get on the opposite lane. So you won't tell me now, discriminating Oh, because you government officials, your girlfriend can curse me in the street. Because you government officials, your son or brother can insult me in the street. I got no power. Where's the justice for us? We got killers running all over the place, insulting people. Is that the shape of change we want? Instead of moving forward, you want to move backward. We are stuck in the mud. We can't even move, my people. Please, we can't even move. We beg you. You got to do the best for Liberia. We got to do the best. So I will stop right here and bring Siddiqui back. So I want you to have an open mind. Sit by this radio station today. Express yourself. Don't just say, oh, I love Mr. Cummings. So no, tell me why you want to vote for Mr. Cummings. Tell me why you want to vote for Mr. Why you want to vote for JB. Don't say, I just like the papi or I just love George Weah. That means you're not helping yourself. The people listening right now, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter. People watch this show. So, and you in Liberia, you watching this show. So I want you to open your mind. Ask yourself the question, if my life is now, how I was looking 5 years ago. Don't tell me 12 years from 2005, you stay struggling. It is wrong. The destiny of Liberia is in your hands. You got one vote. I got one vote. The Zoko got one vote. The men are living in a big house got one vote. The man with a Mercedes got one vote. The Peking who driving a keke got one vote. So everybody got your vote is important. Don't sell it, please. We beg you. We're not begging you because we want lie to you. We got no reason on lying. I will not waste my time on the radio just to come and lie. This is not Radio Kigali. This is not Freedom FM. This is not a CDC radio that when they look at things, they just lie. And, you know, let us face the fact, my people. Look at the people in 5 years. You can't talk to them again. Every one of them in a tinted car. You're afraid to go near a car because the car is so tinted, so dark, you don't know who's in the car. What kind of country we living in? So we're telling you, please open your mind today. Be honest to yourself. This is not time to say, oh, that Mr. Cummings time, oh, that Joe Boakai time. When will be your time? If you tell me it's Mr. Boakai, then when is your time? If you tell me it's Mr. Cummings time, but this is what you do. It's not how long you serve, it's how well you serve. What will you do for us? What have you done for us? Ask this question. How you fix education? How you create job? Oh, 5 years now, I ain't get no work to do. You don't have to work in government, but government is supposed to create avenue that when True FM is big, True FM will employ more people, but everybody's struggling to make the business. So Siddiqui, come and take it from there.
Yeah, you said it right, and I just want to bring people to open their eyes because after all the people that came together to fight this man, or that was fighting this man, now they're fighting among themselves. And it is just Mr. Cummings' God. They say Martina Kunate that they have to take the Costa show from the Bush radio, or I don't even know how they call that radio station.
Bruce Radio and D15 radio.
Thank you, D15. It's the same Martina that was sitting over there attacking, insulting everybody in the ANC and that of Mr. Cummings. And they were clapping for her, they were celebrating her. But now it comes to that door, they say, no, we can't take it. She'll have to leave our radio. This is sad, and this is so embarrassing. But I have a video here. For some of you who keep saying or doubting this man called Ellis Cummings, I have a video here I will play. It's just a 4-minute video. And let me play for you this video, okay? Just hold on. Let me play for you this video. I hope you hear me from my end there.
I grew up right here in Liberia and received my early education in Liberian schools. I went to Demonstration Elementary School. I went to CMEA and then to Cunningham for 3 years before going abroad to complete an undergraduate degree. After college, I came back and started my career right here in Liberia. It was only after the coup and the years of political instability that my career took on an international dimension. At every single place I worked, I left those companies better than I met them. I entered the Coca-Cola company as Deputy Managing Director of Nigeria in 1997. 2001, I was president for Coca-Cola Africa, the entire continent of Africa. When I assumed that role, the leadership workforce was 70% expatriates or non-Africans. By the time I left that role, it was the opposite, 70% Africans, creating job opportunities for thousands of Africans across the continent. Due to those results, I delivered as president of Coca-Cola Africa. I was promoted to become the chief administrative officer of the entire Coca-Cola company worldwide, with operations in more than 200 countries on all continents around the world. It's time for our third keynote speaker, who is a heavy hitter, a major heavy hitter, one of the most important corporate executives in the world. He is the Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer of the Coca-Cola Company, which I'm sure you've all heard of. He is the former head of the Africa Group at Coca-Cola Company. Many functions report directly to his office, as in strategic planning, as in people functions, as in research and development. He was born in Liberia and is our third keynote speaker, Mr. Alex Cummings. Great honor to introduce him. What does it take to manage operations of a giant global corporation with more than $40 billion in revenue, with hundreds of thousands of employees around the world? You have to be focused. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. And so you have to build the right systems. You have to hire the right people.
Yes.
You cannot do everything at the same time. And so you have got to understand strategy. You've got to be able to prioritize. You've got to be able to monitor performance, to hold people accountable for getting the work done. But most importantly, you have to be able to deliver results and deliver results consistent. I would never have gotten to where I got in my career by making promises I couldn't deliver on. To move from a deputy manager in one country to becoming the global administrator of one of the largest corporations in the world required focus, determination, integrity, and hard work. All of us.
So you just listen to that video. And the reason I play that video is the last part where you hear Mr. Cummings talking about, you know, what it takes to do the kind of work that he did at Coca-Cola. You have to be focused. You have to build a system. And that is a system that he wants to build in Liberia. You have to get the right people to do the work. How many leaders in this country will get the right people to do? People appoint people based on friendship, based on who know you. That person from the Southeast, not based on who can do the job. And you can be everywhere at the same time. And most importantly, like he said before the video ended, you have to be able to deliver results, not just talking, making promises. And he said something interesting. I don't know if you are listening carefully. He said, I will not have gotten to where I get in my career by making promises, not delivering to it. Every promise that I make sure that I deliver to those promises. And this is the breadth of experience that this man brings to the presidency of our country. Everything that he will say, or he is saying today to you Liberians, that he will do it. Make sure you just give us a vote. Just
and another thing, Siddiqui, let me just add what you said, which is true. When you look at the 2017 election, Mr. Cummings went around the country. Mr. Cummings promised, he had some projects. And don't you know, after the election, Mr. Cummings took a 3-month break. And that guy was back in the counties. And there is nobody, and I challenge anybody today who come up and say, oh, Mr. Cummings promised to do this for us, but he never did it. I'm not talking about your individual thing, because some of us will let it be. But to say Mr. Cummings promised your clinic, or Mr. Cummings promised your medication or school and never did it. He went back. Mr. Cummings was the only candidate after the 2017 election Don't you know that man went to Maryland and told the people thank you? He went to River G, he went to Grand Gita, he went to Sano, he went to every county. Today, brag that Mr. Cummings is the only candidate in Liberia, according to NEC, who have visited 73 districts and have gone through all the counties. Even President Weah have not gone to certain counties yet. It took President Weah 3 years, 6 months to go and tell the people thank you. It took Mr. Bwaka 3 years, 3 months to give his press speech. To even go in your district, you in District 2, Jacob. When was the last time you saw Mr. Bwaka in that area? No, he never went there. So these are the things we're talking about. Mr. Cummings is not what he don't want to be present for financial gain. He said, and we will play this tape. So another tape concerning his 5 watts and how. This is the only man running around and telling you this is what we can do as a country. Simple. The man is telling the businessman, if you shipping your goods in the country, because we don't have the technology, but we can give a simple or common sense approach how to free your container. But you go, Sidiki, you went with me to the bank to open an account. I had to do a blood test. I had to call my money, my party, and everything. You just get frustrated and you try to leave the place. They're telling you, oh, you got to get debit card. I don't have to get debit card. I don't have to open checking account. If I say I want saving account about this, but our country is so hard. Rich country. Sidiki, you myself were going through. You don't want to show that place to me. We saw a school in Kakata, and you told me that school was Oscar Cooper and farm. And all these children going to school free. But we just look at people because we don't like you. We downgrade you because the corrupt politicians know how to talk. Look at Mr. Ability. This man who worked so hard. This man, he was the darling boy of everybody. He was the darling boy of Liberty Party. He was the darling boy of UP. This man started doing gas, selling gas, going places. Now today, oh, he's corrupt. What kind of businessman that will be in Liberia and you say the man owe government $5 million and the government can talk? Let the government tell us how much Musa Ability to them. Oh, today because Musa Ability is supporting Mr. Cummings, he's a bad man, he's corrupt. But yesterday, when he gave Yombly the car, when he gave Dillon the car, when he spent $20,000 on the campaign, oh no, he was the good man. When he was representing Liberty Party in all the CPP meeting, oh, he was the darling boy. Until Senator Dillon called him poor and Saul now turned to poor. They see Senator Dillon was so brave and that was the truth he was giving. FIFA, let me tell you today, you who play football, you only watch football, but you don't know nothing about FIFA. FIFA don't go to court. You don't sue FIFA. FIFA can sue you. FIFA get their own kangaroo court. If FIFA say you guilty, you guilty. You can go up and come down. They will suspend you from attending the games. How much was this money? And I challenge anyone, $75,000 that was given to all the FA around Africa for Ebola. But I saw a letter and I called in the name, Chairman Haji. Let someone from LFA deny it. Samba Haji, that Mr. Ability and waive a debt of $225,000. It's not fair. Now you calling in names. Oh, they close a station down. Let the government tell you how much they owe. Look, roll fund, every gasoline seller in Liberia who bringing gasoline owe roll fund. Business people will always owe government. But he stole from you? No. You ever took him to court to prosecute him one day? No. You never. Why we always prosecute people in the public court of opinion? That is not fair. You look at Louis Brown. Oh, Louis Brown at this. Louis Brown at Child Taylor man. Oh, the time Louis Brown was supporting Madam Salif and working in Madam Salif government and even supported George Weah. He was not a bad guy. But because he supported Mr. Cummings, oh, he's a bad man. Toga McIntosh, when he was supporting all the other people, he was fine. You see, that is the reason, Sidiki, when the people don't have anything on you, then they want to lie. Liberians, we need to get out of this thing. You need to put your country first. Do not fall in love with politicians. They can't do nothing for you. You see, Mr. Cummings, he's not a typical politician. That is why he telling you, I will fight corruption. Then sometimes they'll say, oh, the politician can lie too much. But when they get there, my people, Mr. Cummings been in Liberia 7 years now. You don't see him running beyond government. You don't see him running for no vulture. The late Kiase had all the money. He went over there. Everybody saw the corrupting he was doing. Stanton Waterspoon, everybody see the stealing doing. A man who worked hard for his money will not dare dash it in the street. Mr. Cummings' money will turn around. He got stocks. He got business. He know how to create job. That's his profession. So you see how he living today. Mr. Cummings don't need to do anything. He will not suffer for scratch card or whatsoever. But he want to give his service. So most of the people are afraid. Oh, because Mr. Cummings feel that he get money now. So if he president, he won't spoil our chopping. He not spoiling your chopping. He's spoiling the chopping of the corrupt politician. Look at Edwin Snow, the mansion he putting down. What kind of job he doing? Look at Senator Dillon. Today he in a tinted car, driving the best car in the town. Look at all your representatives. Kick them out. How long they will tell you you have the power? The power is in your hands. It's just one vote. But you will say that our all man Joa, man Sarah, man Bojino, please tell your children. You in the market, you selling, you will sell. From there, you go feed your children. Sometimes the business will break down. Yes, they're building market houses. No, we cannot remain in the market house all the time. If you sell in the market, time come, you're supposed to get your own store. When you keke, time come, you ride keke for somebody. You report to the person. You yourself supposed to own your own keke. You're supposed to own 2, 3, 4 keke. You be sitting there and tend to boss man. Because nobody can tell you. All our role models, these are the same crook. You saw your big brother in the yard. They gave him government job. He coming home with plastic bag. He got a tinted car. You yourself want to do the same thing. My people, we're not trying to fool you. We ain't got no reason to lie to you. I will not waste my time. I'm supposed to be working too. But I will not waste my time on radio and lie to you. What good are going to do? And don't think because I live in America, Liberia is my home. And I'm voting. I just left a week ago. I was there and I see it for myself. Sometimes we go to Liberia 2, 3, 4 times a year because we are Liberians and I want to be a job creator. I don't want to come to Liberia and start begging for job. I won't come to Liberia if I will sell cold water, if I will open water place, people will work for me. At least I'm creating job. But we can't leave this country. So when you see somebody talking on radio, don't think that the person here, oh, they're looking for a job. Hey, listen, I'm a Liberian. If they ask me to help, I will help. But the government will pay my own family bill too. So we're not lying to y'all. But Liberia is all we have. The international community laughing at us. They say they can't wait for us. Liberia was one of the greatest countries in 1968. Liberia was powerful. In 1979, Liberia was still good. Sometimes when we say, oh, that honest problem. But some of you ever saw 1979? No. We had street lights. We had telephone booth. But we all destroy it. We destroy it. Because Liberia, we saw the war. But today we glorifying people who steal from us. Let me tell you something. Let me say this thing before I leave. They got a type of rogue. They got a rogue, the common rogue will come to your house and steal your TV, steal everything from in your house. Sometimes they will jack your phone. But guess what? You will still survive. You can get it back. Then they get a political rogue. They can steal your future. That means corruption is the most dangerous thing in any country. Because your education is done. Your health is done. Everything will go to the wreck. You will look like a crazy man in the street. You will be talking to yourself. You go to school. You can't find a job just because of corruption. The businessmen, the government officials say, oh, what in there for me? No. We don't need no politician to be a finance minister. We don't need politician to be a commerce minister. We need somebody who knows that area. You need to put a businessman. Business people create jobs. Entrepreneurs create jobs, not government. All government there to do is to regulate. Government supposed to give the contract over. Let Liberian people open a construction. If a Liberian man fail, give it to another Liberian man and prosecute the man that fail. If you go to the bank, you credit money. They gave you 20,000. By the time you leave the bank, you get 17,000 because you got to bribe. If you don't bribe, you can't get it. This is not fair, my people. You go in a bank, imagine somebody calling you, say, oh, your small little thing drop. Why somebody from the bank should call me my small thing drop? It's not fair because it starts from the top. The government is not showing nothing. The government is not showing no example. You that small doing small business, you're supposed to go and get loan to increase your business. They're supposed to help you because when they give you the money, they help you to say this is what you should do. But the only people that get loan in Liberia, you representative or senator. Senator, why should government official go to the bank to go take $100,000 loan? And you the small little man who looking for small little thing, the small businesses are the bedrock of a community. The small businesses, the fuller man, the manjua shop, all the small shop, they need to sell. They will be employing their children. Sometimes a family business will beg your head. We're not saying anything. Mr. Cummings is clear. Mr. Cummings continue to tell you we can do this. He never say you see it for yourself. Mr. Cummings don't need to build new house. There are houses. If you don't know, Mr. Cummings don't need to buy a new car. He got cars. He best car that any money man can drive. The biggest Mercedes. He got cars upon cars. Mr. Cummings don't need to give his children job because they are well off. Mr. Cummings don't need to give his sister job because they don't need it. It's conflict of interest. So we begging. Mr. Cummings is the best. He's the best. He's telling us. Which are the politicians that are advising us? Mr. Cummings is in the crowd talking over and over, going to the Zogos. He ain't lied to them. He told us, say, I don't have the magic touch, but I promise you, we can do it. We can change that country. Not the fake Miami we're talking about, but we can change Liberia for ourselves. We can get a better school. Before, people used to call us small America. The people from Sierra Leone, Nigeria, everybody, if they can't go to America, they come to Liberia. Liberia was once respected around the world, but today, nobody respect Liberia. Founding member of the United Nations, nobody respect Liberia. Founding member of AU, EU. But my people, what's going on here? You won't tell me that place Satan drop in Liberia now, but we begging you. We know it can make the difference. I believe. For me personally, I believe in the Liberian people. This time around, they will vote for the country. I listen to some disadvantaged youth telling us Mr. Cummings is the best. Oh, Mr. Cummings this. And they get someone and say, oh no, man, the pape Joe, we are supposed to say, oh, I'll go to the pape. Man, people, we can go backward. God bless you. You left the mat, you go on the bed. If the bed is not correct, you can't go back on the floor. You got to look for a better bed. So we voted for change 2017. We must vote for change again. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time has gone. We are gone 48 minutes, and this is the True FM 96.1. With disclaimer, whatever we say on this radio station has nothing to do with the radio station. This is, I'm responsible, and whatever I say, I'm responsible for it. On this platform, there will be no insults. We are here to criticize, and we are here to accept criticism. So whether you're from UP, you're from ANC, you're from whatsoever, all the political parties, when they open the line this time around, I want you to express yourself. Tell me why you want Mr. Cummings, or why you don't want Mr. Cummings, or why you want JB. Don't just say, yeah, that thing you're doing there, you're wasting your time. You're not helping. You're not helping because the people laugh at you all the time. When you come on national radio and make some comments that ain't make no sense, stick to the issue. Don't say, oh, they say that men are gay. The man is not gay. We can't put it in your head. Anybody who say the man, I mean, you're not supporting him, we know. But because you don't get nothing to say to him, so you won't curse him. Because you don't get nothing to say to me, you won't curse me. So Siriki, take it from there and add stuff on.
Yeah, thank you. So what we're gonna do is we have already.
You want us to play the 5 watts and how we can play, but it'll go for at least 5 minutes.
Okay, no
Yes,
problem.
so let me just bring this on. I want you to listen. You on Radio Land, I want you to listen to this thing to show that Mr. Cummings is so consistent. This thing been around for 6 years. So I want you to listen to this for yourself and listen to Mr. Cummings keenly. This is the platform of Mr. Cummings. This is the agenda. This is one of the agenda. He has not decreased. He have increased it. So listen to it.
Keep on the explode. The leaders I love, the leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa, and yet we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently, and that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. Our next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not fear ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So, for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we'll do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates expiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, Siddiqui, you see, this is what Mr. Cummings continued to say, and this man is so consistent when it comes to these things. That is what a politician don't want to hear. Who is Mr. Cummings to come around and change it? But I would say this: if you are Christian, I want you to read your Bible. From today, I would consider Mr. Cummings as the Nehemiah of Liberia. When Nehemiah went to Babel and told the people, we can build the wall, all his friends said, who are you, Nehemiah, to talk about this wonderful wall? You cannot do it. Nehemiah said, we can do it, Mr. King. And what happened? Nehemiah stood up and he did it when all his friends abandoned him. Everybody abandoned Mr. Cummings. We are still in the CPP. The CPP is stronger than ever. The train have gone. So we are saying that we want to fix it. The system is there. Don't get drunk. Don't drink and drive. It's there. Don't drive on the opposite lane. It's there. The system is just broken. So what you just understood. Mr. Cummings is saying that we can do it together. Liberia can change. Liberia can change. We still got second, third, fourth. We can change. If you say it's not now, then it's when. And then when you will come. If you say Mr. Cummings is 2029, so when you yourself will come to, don't never tell you don't control your life. Don't say, oh, now it's for John Brown. Nothing for now. You work hard, you get it. If you practice, you will win. If the national team don't practice, we can't win. So Mr. Cummings been going around. We are stronger. Mr. Cummings is the number one most powerful politician in Liberia today that everybody don't want to meet one-on. Nobody want to meet Mr. Cummings in the alleyway. Nobody want to meet Mr. Cummings in a debate. We need a debate. I also want for Mr. Cummings to publish his medical report to show to Liberian people that he's healthy. I want for President Weah to publish his medical report. And for Ambassador Bwaka to publish his medical report. Because, my people, we don't want to put a president there that means the vice president will be doing the job. No, no, no. Going for the other side is like you talk about Prince Johnson and these people coming back to power. Imagine what's going to happen in 2029 when we these people back to power. They will suppress you and I. So it's a fair game. Because according to 50/50 radio station, Ambassador Bwaka told us that he got pacemaker. Be honest. Pacemaker is like when you buying time. If I just yell behind you, that's the end of it. You listen, you saw in the hearing course text that Mr. Bwaka is supposed to do a bypass surgery. Mr. Bwaka is supposed to do 6 different surgery because of heart trouble. That is why Mr. Bwaka cannot go out. I know you're going to be bad. Oh, I'm calling his name. But listen, he's want to be president of Liberia, and I'm a citizen of Liberia. This is not an insult. It's public. Mr. Bwaka himself told T-Max that, yes, I got a pacemaker. And if you're nice, don't tell me pacemaker is nothing simple. You got a pacemaker, you can live for 2 days, you can live for 10 years, you can live for 15 years. But if you follow the trend, but getting pacemaker in Liberia, my people, that is the real problem. So we're telling you, and they need to publish the taxes too. You ask them a question, my people. Don't say you love him. I know you from Lofa County, you love your people from Lofa. But I love Liberia too. I love Liberia. Mr. Cummings is not running to be president for Grand Judea County or for Maryland County. He's running to be president of Liberia. That means he will be responsible, and he's the leader of the 16 tribe. He will be the leader of the 73 district, the 15 counties. He will be the leader of Liberia. The same hard time in Monrovia, you will find it in Nima County. The same hard time in Nima County, you will find it in River G. So my people, open your eyes. I want you to call. Don't curse me. Don't curse Mr. Cummings. Don't curse Mr. Bwaka. Tell us the truth. Why you think. But we can't go back. Even if we don't want CDC. We're not removing CDC because we hate CDC. We're removing CDC because they didn't do the work. But let us remember, we had another party there for 12 years. and we ain't go nowhere too. So for the last 17 years, we've been stuck in the mud trying to get out. Yes, Madam Salif helped us a little bit. She started it well, but the group of people that left there now, the one who feel that they're entitled. You're not entitled to it. It's a competition. Like Mo Adi say, if we cannot compete in the CPP, how can we compete nationally? You ran away from CPP. How can you compete? Now today, they're fighting each other. We beg you, start fighting. We need a competition. We need competition. Y'all stop the fighting. Yeah, we beg you. We are all Liberians, but y'all stop the fighting and let us do it the right way. But at the same time, we're calling our people to vote and let it be peaceful. And President Weah, please let this election be peaceful. Do not aggravate the citizen. Do not try to disenfranchise them. Don't try to suppress their vote. Their vote is their right. You got one vote. I got one vote, Mr. President. So let us do it right for the betterment of Liberia. And I believe that President Weah will not steal this election. If even he want to do it, people around him want to do it, I believe that they will not do it. We will have a peaceful election and a very peaceful one that every Liberian will exercise their right. And don't up. And if you think you got 5 voting cards in your hand, they will catch you on that day, because guess what? When you use the first one, they will put that ink on your hand. And if you try to use the second one, they will arrest you, because by that time they will be flashing the light on your finger. So if you get 5 voting cards, you own your own. But let me tell the real truth. I won't lie to you. I saw some people with 3 voting cards, but when you do the first vote, they will put that ink. It's an invisible ink. Then the next thing, if you go to the next polling center, they will flash it on your hands. So you better vote one time and vote right. Because if you sell your vote, know that you're selling your vote for 5 years. That means nobody owe you. So vote right. Vote for education. Vote for jobs. Vote for good roads. Vote for everything that you want. Come in, Siddiqui, and then maybe we might open the phone line.
Yeah, I think we can just open the phone line. So the number to call is 0776-33998. It's also the WhatsApp number for those of you watching us through the social media. You can call that number. Is a WhatsApp number 0776-33998 or 0555-223827. It's a number to call. You'll be live on the General Show on Truth FM 96.1. So 0776-3399898. 0555. Okay, so let's take this first caller here. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Sylvester. I come from Riyadh. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Okay, yes. Thanks to the colleague there for your deliberation. I mean, I know we are all trying to get a very good leader in Liberia, so we're ready to push for the better. And for me, I think I have my own party or candidate that I will support. But I would just like to, allude to one point that we made. That has to do with the health issue of former VP Joseph Boakai. This maker, I think it is incented to help boost the heartbeat of an individual who may have low or high heartbeat.
Okay. Thank you. Let's take another caller because the line is bad. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel District.
Okay, go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, Mr. Vincent, I think President Weah is the best guy. He needs to be re-elected.
Okay, Emmanuel. Thank you. Let's take another caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Your line is bad. Just away from your monitor. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. How do you do?
I'm doing good. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Erastus Allen Dolo.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Dolo.
I've been following your discussion. I see some contradiction in your discussion.
Okay.
You said Prince Johnson is collaborating with the United Party, and afterwards you'll be a de facto president. But then you also have the leg of Louis Brown and others who are supporting Musa Derete, who is also supporting. So how can you say that Kumi is a clean man?
Okay, thank you for that question. But by the way, nobody talk about Prince Johnson here. I don't know if you listen or not. But let's go. What's your name? Where are you calling from, caller?
Calling from Street.
You must make your point. Thank you, Amos. Thank you. So, what's your good evening? What's your good? Sorry, good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Julie Johnson, according to the team. This election is about Kumi and Waka or higher doing it.
Okay, thank you, Julia. Let's take this on a caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Oh wow. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Wow, the time is too. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Emmanuel Dixie calling from Johnsonville.
Emmanuel Dixie, make your point.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the program. For me, I prefer Mr. Kubi than Baka. Even if President we don't win, I prefer Mr. Kumi. Thank you very much because he was there. All the good things he didn't do, but now he want to come out and do it. It's not possible at the right intention. So for me, I prefer Mr. Cummings and Waka. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Let's take another caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning, brother. My name is Vonnie. So I'm calling from the United States.
Okay, Vonnie, make a point.
So
It's very low.
Yeah, he's calling WhatsApp. You say you low. You have to speak louder.
okay, Liberian, this is our last chance. We need to put all the old politicians aside and try something
You hear me?
for the first time in our life.
Okay, go ahead.
We need to focus. We need to select Mr. Cummings for this election. Liberia is the time for a change. It's God that is speaking to us. We cannot pick an 80-year-old man like Jokes of Waka already. Understand politics, don't understand where Liberia is going, don't understand anything. When you listen to Joseph Waka talk nothing but, sorry for saying this, but foolishness. Joseph Waka don't speak about the problem Liberia is facing. Joseph Waka don't understand how to fix the problem. Joseph Waka was a vice president to Ellen Johnson for 12 years, and he denies Ellen Johnson. He moved his hands from everything that happened in 12 years. He said he had no responsibility whatsoever the government made. The same man that said, I served you for 12 years, I did nothing. You want to take that same man and put him back? The man was there for 12 years. He cannot even explain to you what happened 12 years ago. The man is old.
Thank you, Vonnie. Let's take another caller. Thank you, Vonnie. Thank you. So you can put in your calls. Okay, let's take this other caller. 07. Okay, hello. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? You sounding low. Hello.
Yes, also I'm Evangelist.
Okay, Mr. Cisse, go ahead.
Yeah, I thank you for all your explanation you have made, and I have interest in it as a man of God.
Okay.
And what I would like to say here is that we are praying in Liberia, we are praying for the refugees. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so we are saying that there are certain where you sit and I went against it. For Boga case, he is too old. And his other family is young. But remember one thing is happening is now. Just take it behind and take it in front. The men may be young, the guy in power, what taking. The men may be old, what taking. Or what we need him.
That's true. Let's take another caller. Thank you. So let's take this caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, Mr. Thomas, go. You are live on Truth FM. Make a point. Hello. Okay, let's take another caller because I'm not hearing. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Evangelist Emmanuel. I'm calling from Family Highway and precisely.
Okay, make a point. You have a few seconds.
You know, I always listen to the show here.
Okay.
You have to just come. We are listening to some things people talking about. I'm going to some more representative. And in God's choice, we are giving this one to be calculating on that Kumi and Waka, without Kumi and Waka. Yeah, let's focus on how best we can get rid of it.
Okay, thank you. Alon is coming to him. I think we'll take one more call and then we'll end we'll end the call sessions for the day. So let's take this last caller. Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, how you doing? I'm not calling from Master.
Okay, Mr. Jim, make your point.
Yeah, I see certain things today. I see sorry. Even men are one baby man, young baby man, the people gave our mind here. You see, go for what? I asked all I said, why you are caution? He said the men run away. Apparently, they're not here. My brother, we are suffering in a country. I started appealing to all. I beg you, please take care of the baby. I beg you. My brother, we are suffering. Anybody go there when you do any good thing. Now, why I call to get my
Thank you. So I know most of you want to contribute, but we are sorry. We're dealing with time. We have less minute to be here. And so we're going to go back to the host there to respond to some of the callers.
Okay.
We have just 5 more minutes.
Yeah, to those of you in Radio Land, I understand your plight. I know you're listening to us. I know you would not like it when we criticize your side, but I want us to open our minds. We are into a game. We're into this tournament. The other day, I listened to the class reload. Everybody called. They were insulting Mr. Cummings. They were saying this. Why, when we try to compare notes with the UP, this election, it is possible that UP and CPP might go into a second round. So if we go into the second round, and we're going to campaign against each other, now I will get into a second round. I want to win in the first round. You want to win in the first round. This is not lucky ticket, my people. We're not in lottery yet. I understand you don't want us to criticize UP, but you want us to want to criticize President. I criticize both of them. The same way when you criticize Mr. Cummings and you criticize Mr. Weah. It's a three-way street now. That competition, my people. Please. We tell Liberian people why Mr. Cummings will be better than Weah and the UP. That's all we're saying. We're not cussing. But anytime you call and react while we calling UP, that means I know you're a UP supporter, and then I'm happy that you listen to me. So if you call like that and say, well, we're supposed to be attacking President Weah, you yourself don't do the same thing. Every day you put people on. And before I leave, I think it can go for 1 minute. Can I bring up the Obe tape?
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. So all these things we're doing, we got a man who was supporting CDC last time who lied on Mr. Cummings. Today he put in Mr. Weah, Mr. Bwaka. You got Eugene Fagon who yesterday lied and say he's supporting Mr. Bwaka. You got Brain Tumor. Today he's supporting Mr. Bwaka. They insulting Mr. Cummings. You don't see that one there. Why you're not fair? You think you're entitled to this thing? Then when you're ready, you'll say the ANC supporters, they arrogant and what's no. We just proud of our candidate. That's all. It's not that we are arrogant, but all we're doing, we are very, very proud that we got the best team. We got Charlene Bromskin, a young woman, a smart woman, an intelligent woman, educated woman to be the vice president or professor at law. You know what I'm saying? Or professor at law. So all these things. So I want you to listen. I want you to listen to Obe when he was lying and God made him to confess. And today he to take this tape from on the internet, but he can't even take it from there. So let's go.
The idea that a 75-year-old man who spent 42 years.
She feel blasted me and now she can ask me, that you don't open nation? I said, look at the one. That you don't want to say the men are gay? Oh, right now in the people restaurant, the girl want me for a meal. I was so she in the crowd looking around the place, so crowded, foreign guests all over the place. Now you don't want to say the men are gay? You call the men gay? And that gay thing? I invented it and I stuck it on Ellis Cumming, and it's stuck. Shit. It's stuck. Today did I get it still on Ellis Cumming? It was something I invented. And the way I did it, I called somebody from Atlanta, where you are living. So I created a story, and I called the person and I attached the person into it. The person is a big librarian guy too. You say, yeah, my man, will tell you that true. So I use that person as a reference. That information. So that's what we did. We did for George Weah to get him to where he is.
Okay, I just want you to listen to this. That some of the lies, and you see how God, nobody put finger in his mouth. He is said start confess. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, we just have to close up. We have only 1 more minute.
Yes, okay, guys. Thank you very much. We already run out of time. We want to say thanks to the studio and thanks to the True Fam family. But this show is just the first week. By next week, this show we are targeting young people, students, and people will be bringing people on. So we just go in our 2 weeks, and then from there you'll see different people from other areas into. And so we want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Siddiqui, for everything you do, and let us vote and vote right.
Thank you. So, guys, I want to say thank you for joining us. This is the General Show, so we'll be back on Monday. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Look, this is our only country we are, and we can afford to dash the hope of the Liberian people. And as we go through the week, I wish you have a safe and wonderful weekend. Until then, see you on Monday at 12 afternoon Liberian time. Goodbye. Let's take a closing.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was a nice show, and don't listen to the caller. Whenever you hear someone calling from the other side attacking you, that means they're actually listening to you. So don't let it move you. That is what I want. Let that mean they're listening to us. You know what I'm saying? But this is an election. This election will not be an easy election and whatsoever. And as I said again, we called on and these guys to apologize for Kef Hassan to apologize. But you know, sometimes we sit, and I know they will do the right thing, but I think they will actually come out and do what is right. I am not putting the blame of Kef Hassan on them. I thought they should have shut him off. But guys, with all that, closing argument is challenging the Spoon and other and radio station, other and platform. So I think all they need to do is to just do the right thing. But you see, Stanton Witherspoon is the one who responsible. He is the one who gossip. He is the one who continued to talk about people he slept with. So I sat down yesterday and I thought about it. Yes, I was pissed off with Kef Hassan, but then it came from somewhere. It almost like the book that Ava and his friend that put together. If President Weah was not going to explain about his wife, they were not going to put it in the book. If Stanton Witherspoon was not going to explain to this man, and you know, it's wrong, they need to apologize to the women. All they need to do is to apologize. Sometimes we say, yes, we must boycott. We must boycott, but we cannot boycott. We will have to see them apologizing, because if you boycott, you will not hear them apologizing. So that one thing too. So see what's going to happen today, because we're going to talk to them. I know they feel bad, and they will have to say, okay, we are sorry, but they can't. There's nothing. Only Kef Hassan is the problem, but somebody's called talk to Kef Hassan. You see, in politics, it's a dangerous thing in politics. Let me tell you today. Sometimes, if you're a woman, you are a man, you must be treated equally. But if the individual that he and talking about If this individual was talking, then you can go. But I believe politics go after the person. Now, if you contesting, your family will be on the line. They will talk about your wife, they will talk about your kids, they will talk about other people. But it's just that it's a universal thing where we try to be civil, not to bring people wives or people children into politics. But once you are there, expect it. So I still condemn Kev Hassan, but these guys on the show should apologize. They should apologize. We should demand that they apologize. But I think I will take it back on human being. I sat down yesterday after I made a show, and I sat into my seat and I listened to myself, because I usually look at, I say maybe I was angry, but we can't call for boycott. But Hassan must apologize to the women of Liberia. To the women, I think Kev must apologize, and also the show must put an apology up, because it was done on a platform. Other people will take it different. That platform, you guys fought too hard to reach it this far. You guys got the topic, you got people glued into your. That platform is for everyone. It stay continued. Yes, Kev Hassan support Mr. Weah, and other people support somebody like Ben Steven is from the Liberty Party, which is truth. It's not, you never compare that show with the Spoon Network. Spoon Network is a day. Let me tell you the real truth. It's a day, and they're nothing in Liberia. So you can't compare that show. I know the mistake, but they are responsible people. They will apologize. The network will put up a statement. They put up a statement. So I am calling on you. Yes, I said we should boycott, but I mean it in a way, because I was angry. Let me tell you the real truth. I was angry. So I want to bring somebody on, but I think Kev Hassan should take a little rest and retrospect and say, damn it, what I did, maybe I could have done it differently. You know what I'm saying? If Kev was going to open his own stuff and go and do what he want to do, he come back on the closing argument. It got nothing to do with it. I'm only concerned about the closing argument. That's all. So if Kev go to the close and go on his phone and open it and deal with them and do whatsoever, he can come on the close. Even if we condemn himself, he can come back on the closing argument. It got nothing to do with that. But my turn was the closing argument. I think we have learned our lesson, and we should stop people now from doing certain things. We should stop people. I called Timothy yesterday, but I was calling him purposely. Timothy, if you listen to me, I called you yesterday and you said text. But I'm not the person who like to text too much. I wanted to tell you, if Kev Hassan will say anything, you watch out to be able to slow him down, not to go too far. Because I'm going to concern my network. So I hope it's nothing personal. You know me, I don't buy and blow. I say it just how it is. So closing argument. Yes, I know we can't just run from closing, because I like the topic. They are trying to be in the middle of everything. They are trying to, but if I have the opportunity, I will still go on there and make my case and tell them that, listen, you guys, I hold you responsible. So all we need to do is just put up a statement, a disclaimer. You are not responsible for Kev action, and at least let Kev take a day or two or whatsoever off the show. Let us know when to say certain things. That women, please, my people, if you want to deal with me, you deal with me. But if you think you want to deal with me, listen, nothing going to happen to President Weah. You can explain from now to judgment day that President Weah get 10 girlfriends. Nothing going to happen. Clive Weah will not leave President Weah. It will not change nothing. Molba Molu, he gave a whole tip. President Weah loving this and that. And Tangi, she came out, she said all kinds of things. They played the tape, they listened to the tape, nothing happened. So if somebody say President Weah get girlfriend, President, let me tell you, in America, if you sleep with an underage girl, they say you rape them. So it mean that when they say President Weah rape a 14-year-old or this and that, whether he sleep with them, that's Liberia. So in America, it's the same thing. Other people think that way. So the closing argument, just put up a statement. Please, we can boycott here, because to be frank with you guys are 10 times better than Spoon TV. Yeah. So it started from somewhere. 10 times we're going to close this damn mouth, is Stanton was going to close himself and not to gossip about people that he sleep with. And I told y'all take it for a joke. This kid mouth run like a chicken butt. That's why every time I run y'all, I just shut my mouth and look at y'all because I ain't don't explain nothing to some. Because people that don't know secret. You keep your privacy. Oh, the only thing he can have is to keep his own family to where he want them. But you dead discussing, you sending text. Challenge Kev now. Challenge Kev. You the one sending to Kev. You got a lot of texts you been sending to Kev. These are some of the nonsense when y'all do when things catch up with y'all, then blame other people. The only thing is that Kev shouldn't have gone that far, that's all. But Kev was supposed to deal with Stanton the way Stanton get a lot of dirty things in his closet. Innocent. You know, attacking, there's no law in attacking. There's no law to say, oh, you can't say this. But universal wise, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So please, I take it back. Yes, maybe I was too strong on them. We can boycott them. We can boycott. I know they will do the right thing. I know they will do the right thing. They will apologize. But they can't hold, because you see what I noticed on the show, everybody have access to logging in and logging out. So even if you try to stop your friend can come back in. So that is why Dr. Peabody left the show and came back. And you know, they thought that Stanton, to be frank with you, all they thought that, and because I talked to them, that Kev Hassan had something bad on Stanton. And you know, until when he started going deep into it now, it was late. He have already said what he want to say. But I don't know who he's talking to. Maybe you know. And even if you know, I don't think you need to call names, because I think you're putting fire into certain things. You know, I followed Mr. Cummings for so long. I remember when Mr. Boaka came out and said, we cannot give this country to a stranger. T-Max asked Mr. Cummings. He said, Mr. Boaka was talking to you. He said, no, Mr. Boaka was not talking to me. He never called my name. He never called my name. So he was not talking to me. Right? He said, Ure was not talking to me either. When Ure say, oh, we can't give this to a stranger and this and that. So this is something we do. I don't know who Stan Kev was talking to, but he never called name. But we can't blame Stan Kev alone. We blame that fool, that criminal who sit on his radio and think he can sit in Liberia and in America and destroy, or he's supposed to go to jail, and he think he can just have his time. You are criminal. Criminal is criminal. I will not go personal with you, but it's public record. You and Donald Trump also go to court together. But I bet you they allow you to postpone your own, because Donald Trump will be going to court in Florida, and Donald Trump is powerful and they don't want distraction. That's it. But let me tell you, I told the person to hold back because I'm supposed to go to that court case. I'm going there. Anytime you go to that court, unless I'm not around, because somebody volunteered to give me a round trip ticket to go to that court. So since you cancel, you postpone it, they hold back. So I got a round trip ticket to go to Florida to witness the court. And I'm going to send, before I get there, I will send a letter that I'm the president of the Liberian community in South Jersey, covering Burlington County. So I will tell the people, we are not happy about what you did in this country, because we are living here, we are law-abiding citizens, because you have damaged us, and everywhere we go, they say Liberian, and you got your name, it will be on American Greed. Soon they will be having or what the show said, Lifetime about you. Very soon. See, you cause this problem because your mouth can't sit down. You gossip about every little thing that passed through your damn ASS. You tell other people, through every little thing you see, you gossip about it. So you don't want to send a text to Kev. So you see, it started from somewhere, and Kev got pissed off because Kev feel that you insulting his president, our president, and whatsoever. Because Kev don't even have the patience. Kev say, okay, I will go after you and put everything out. You see. So my people, we can boycott. You know what I'm saying? I say we should boycott, but I don't say we should boycott. I'm not forcing you. You want boycott, it's up to you. But we can boycott. They will apologize. They will say they are right. They are smart people. They will say what they're supposed to say, and they want to. I don't think Kev is he's an older man, he's a responsible man. He will be able to take care of himself. So I want to say thank you very much. And don't forget, on Monday, we're having a brand new show on Monday. We're giving ourselves 2 weeks for people to get used to the show. Then we will start bringing people up. But I'm not going to bring up no big names from the CPP. I don't need to bring Mr. Cummings. I don't need to bring what his name self, Mr. Bility. But if times permit us, if that the case, maybe we'll bring them once in a while. But I need the young people, students, people who, and in even it can be the common person. But you know when you're going to get one common man now, they will have to take them to the studio. We'll have to pay their way to go to the studio because they can't pay their own transport themselves, and they ain't got no telephone for us to ask them questions. So this is what Siddiqui will be doing. Siddiqui will go around and talk to people, interview them, and hear their views, and he will send it back and we'll play it for you. So we'll take this and we'll get outside and we'll get all the information and talk to people one-on-one, and then we'll play it. You understand? So thank you very much. God bless you. Have a good weekend. TGIF. This is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And don't forget, we got the CPP convention in Philadelphia. It starts on the 30th to the 2nd. So this is the platform for it. And we will be sending another announcement out where we'll be having a town hall meeting, and the meet and greet already is in there. I don't know if it's on the flyer, but it will be in Burlington and Township at Theo's Sompon's house in Burlington. And then in Philadelphia is where they will have the ball. And then on Sunday, it will be a town hall meeting. Please, we will let you know. We want you to mobilize, come out and support. It could be in Trenton, it could be anywhere. We'll give you the actual place where they will be having it. So please come out, support Mr. Cummings with your cash. What I want you to do, if you actually are a supporter of Mr. Cummings, this money that they're trying to collect is for pool washing. So it can be $100, it can be $150, whatsoever. It's whatever you can give. Please come out and support. God bless you, and God bless everyone. And shame on the ones then who think they can just insult and do what they want to do. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thank you too. I see you. Bye for now. Yeah, Stender insulted his president. Yes, Miata.